Okay, so what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you how to use the binoculars, okay? So let's say you got a situation here, you've got three vessels, they're right now, they're forward of us. These guys are on our starboard side, this guy's on our port side, they're all forward of the beam, and you want to look at them in the binoculars. So what we're going to do here is first of all, we want to get the rough bearing to them. So let's take this guy for instance here. If I put the crosshairs over the target, okay, and I look right down here, the range is 1.88 nautical miles approximately, so it's 1.9 nautical miles, and the bearing is about 034-ish, okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to switch over from the radar screen to the conning screen, which is the middle. If I want to put the look out the window, what I'm going to do is you see all these boxes down here. I'm going to click on visual, okay? And now this is like I'm looking out the bridge window, and that's great. So what I want to do now is that we said that vessel, the bearing of that vessel was about what would we say? It was about 040-ish or something like that, I think. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the binoculars, and I'm going to grab this little green bar here, and I'm going to swing it around. Now when I do that, you can see these numbers start to change, okay? So there's a vessel, that vessel's about 30 degrees, but we wanted to look at the vessel that was about 40 degrees or so, all right? So, or whatever it was, maybe it was a little bit, what was that vessel? Oh, it was more like 60 degrees, okay? So there it is at 60 degrees. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these arrows. I'm going to get it right in the center, because the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in, okay? So now I'm zooming in and it looks a little blurry, so I'm going to use these focus buttons, okay? So the distance to that vessel right now is about 2.6 nautical miles. And you can see here that I got these focus buttons. So 2.6 Nile is about 4,600 meters. Okay, so I'm going to do now is I'm going to jack that up until I get to about 4,600, all right, and you'll see the focus change on that, and suddenly it'll, okay, so actually yeah, there we go. So now we're getting this guy kind of focused in on there, and now, all right, there we go, great. So I'm looking at this vessel, and it looks to me like I'm looking at its port side. And yeah, that's focused enough. I'm looking at its port side, and I can adjust it, move it over a little bit. I can make it go up and down a little bit using these arrows, okay? And now I'm looking at that vessel, okay? So, and I'm focused in on it, I can get its aspect. So if I want to go back to like putting the binoculars down, I just click that binocular button again, and I'm just looking out the bridge window, okay? So that's how you use the binoculars. Okay, so we're back again here, and you know, we're looking at the radar screen, and you know, let's say I wanted to make a little bit of a course change, okay? Let's say I wanted to come a little bit to port, let's say I wanted, instead of my heading being 000, I wanted to come to like 345 or something like that. So I'm going to show you how to do that. To this visual again, so this is us doing 000, but if I want to change course, I'm going to go to instrument. Okay, when I bring that up, this is my sort of my autopilot, my helm control. Okay, and there's a couple different ways we can do this. I'm going to show you one way here. So let's say I want to make a course change right now. So what I'll do here is this little toggle here. Right now we're doing 000. I'm going to wiggle this thing using the mouse, and you can see the numbers are changing right there. And I'm going to put that at 345. Okay, and now if I'm ready to change my course right now, I hit enter. Okay, now look, our course was 000, but now you can see the numbers are changing. So if I go back to the binocular, visual, all right, you can't really, there's no vessels out here right now, so you can't really see it, but our course is changing now, and it's changing slowly. This is a big ship. It's not going to change course on a dime. Okay, any of you VOT folks out there, you know, your vessels will change course fairly rapidly if you put the helm over. But if you're on a very large vessel, particularly if you're not going very fast, it's going to take you quite a while to make your course change. Okay, so we are slowly making a course change. You don't really get an idea of that, but if I was to go back to instrument panel, right now we were 000. We've changed course by about 8 degrees. Okay, and you know, screen, you can see that our heading line, it was 000, but you know, we're in north up right now, but now you can see our heading is changing a little bit. You know, it's a big ship, so it takes a little bit of time. Okay, so that's how we'll do that. Okay, and this last thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how you can change your speed, okay? Over here in this instrument panel, again, we're still in that instrument panel, all right? So if you're somewhere around here, if you want to change course or speed, click on that, all right? And then here you go, this is the throttle. So this was the helm station, this is the throttle. And this is pretty easy. What you're going to do here is you can just sort of grab this toggle and you can pull it back, okay? And right now our RPMs are 52, but I just pulled it back. You can see our RPMs are starting to drop. Okay, I can go, this is basically going to a 0 pitch or neutral. This is a controllable pitch propeller, so 0 pitch is basically neutral if you have never used a controllable pitch propeller before. If I drag it into the red, now I'm actually going astern. You certainly wouldn't want to go from 6 knots directly into astern unless you were doing a crash, there was an emergency. But anyway, that's how you can change your throttle and to change your speed, okay?